A live look at the start of the week's trading. Dow is kicking off the day pretty flat. Let's bring in CBS News business contributor Javier David. Javier, oil prices have been creeping up this morning. Since last week, given the uncertainty over the war with Iran, the president says that he wants the Middle East to feel economic pressure. It sounds like we're the only ones feeling that pressure right now.
Yeah, it shows a large measure how Iran is devolved, or Iran is devolved chicken. The U.S. is betting it can manage to fall out a little better than the Iranians can, mainly because they're curbing a lot of the market volatility and compensating for shortages. And the fact that we're closer to $80 per barrel as opposed to $100 per barrel kind of shows how much effort, the Herculean effort, put into this. And so there's a blockade and there's other sanctions that have been put in a lot of pressure on Iran. But of course, they've got the ultimate weapon at their disposal, which is near total control of the Strait of Hormuz. And they're betting they can outlast us, likely because they don't have to face voters in elections, but they want to inflict maximum pain by keeping the strait closed and the higher oil prices they come with that. But it all suggests that, the West has been managing the impact, and surely oil is not as high as it should be, but it can't last forever. And the U.S. is running out of time, and the stocks that they've been using to mitigate the loss of supply, all of this kind of dwindled passing week.
How long Iran has been able to hold on. I mean, they were in an economic crisis before the war and somehow are still able to resist.
Exercise not only that, but to also make demands and press their leverage.
Right. Let's talk about my favorite topic, AI. Just kidding. It's not my favorite topic. It scares me quite
everybody.
a bit. But Senator Bernie Sanders was talking about how he wants firms to stop building machines that humans cannot control, or he says lawmakers will step in and do it for them. Are we reaching a new phase of AI resistance, do we think?
Yeah, I think we are. Some context here. The conversation over the last week has taken this quantum leap because we had discovered that major frontier models like Meta and Anthropic, OpenAI, they have these security breaches where the technology either hacked another company or it hacked the internet. These are supposed to be very clearly controlled sort of sandbox environments. Jailbreaks are adding to these calls for stronger safeguards, and it really does kind of seem like the day of artificial general intelligence is closer at hand. And like you, it's scaring a lot of people. So the political class really wants to ensure that there are maximum fail-safes that get built into the system, including a kill switch. That's another thing that's come up over the last several days that lets humans basically shut everything down before Skynet becomes self-aware. The problem, of course, is that this innovation, major tailwind for the economy and our technological advancement, is now becoming this major security concern. It puts more pressure on policymakers and lawmakers to quote unquote do something to avert disaster. And, with all these hands in the pot, does it snuff out the innovation factor? And can companies come up with a solution before the government imposes?
We've all seen this movie.
We have
doesn't
seen
end
it.
well.
It's not just Skynet, it's HAL 2000, it's everything.
It's Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. And I think the question, of course, is going to be how these artificial intelligence companies are going to regulate, or whether or not the federal government is going to have to regulate. But if you do, what does that mean for perhaps our adversaries like China and Russia? It's all a big question. And, maybe I won't be around to see it. I don't know. Javier, thank you very much. Hopefully my daughter will figure it out. Good to see you, my friend.
She is so smart.
Yeah, yours as well.
Would.
Let our kids work on this.